whenever you say you're from Tassie, all of a sudden you're a bit of a celebrity because you live in Tassie. I mean, it's such a beautiful place and it's such a natural place that people now want to come here. They don't want to go to the Gold Coast. It's a little gem.
Environmental challenges that Tasmania as part of the developed world is facing as a result of climate change, species extinction and various other threats to our natural environment.
Climate change is real, it's here now, so we need to act now. I do think about it a lot actually. It's always in the back of my mind. In fact, it's why my family moved here to Tasmania. It's also why I'm passionate about making sure our food system is connected and well networked so that we can work on solutions together.
Human ingenuity, market forces and sensible targeted government intervention should allow us to solve this problem as we have solved others. Now, solving the problem is going to mean something other than business as usual, and we will have to make significant changes in the things we do and the way we do them.
We've been the frog in the boiling water, and all of a sudden the heat's been turned up and we're all jumping around saying, I don't like what I feel. And it's times like that that you decide to make a difference. And I think that there's a lot of the Tasmanian community that have concluded that they have not been listened to and that they want to take charge because the guys that are in charge are not doing the right thing.
We're excluded from the decision-making process. That's the basic essence of the problem. When we're not in there, they give us consultation just so they can say that we've been consulted, and then they go and do what they want anyway.
Live in the northeast of Tasmania. Actually probably the only person in Derby who's not a mountain bike rider, which makes me a bit of a standout. I'm currently director of Rebel Food Tasmania and farming insects for restaurants. So insects fed from farm and food waste, basically utilising waste streams to create a premium food product. We now have this incredible time in Tasmania's evolution where we are doing things differently, we're doing things well, and we're actually starting to build value into our systems, whether that's in agriculture, tourism, small businesses, startups, and innovating.
What I think we can potentially do is explore ways of capitalising on our advantage in renewable energy generation to underpin other types of economic activity and show that they can be done in an environmentally sustainable way using completely renewable energy.
Tasmania can be the renewable energy centre and an absolute leader for Australia and indeed the globe.
Look, I think that we're in a really exciting, in some ways dangerous time in human history. We've got climate chaos coming at us, we've got growing inequality. Our old structures just aren't going to cut it anymore. But if I have to be anywhere in a time like this, I'm so happy that I'm in Tasmania because it has such a beautiful environment. It's got a small, connected, smart community. And if I have to be somewhere thinking about new ways of operating and new ways of doing things, then Tasmania is the place that I want to be.
The opportunity is now to actually put this state onto a course that serves all of our community, not just one or two big hitters.
Sometimes things have got to get really bad before they get better, and I see Tasmanian Way as part of that getting better process.
And I think we've all really come to that point. If we don't do this from the grassroots up, things are going to continue as is, and we'll keep rinse and repeating that history of whether it's hydro, guns, forestry, salmon, that large industry will keep the crony capitalist politics Tasmania's always floundered under. I think the strength of the Tasmanian Way is we're not coming at it with preformed ideas of what it will be. It's a grassroots, collaborative effort of what is the vision we want for Tasmania. So it's a really diverse group from people like me who come from quite a lefty environmental field. There's people from the Liberal Party, there's Conservatives who all have chosen to live in Tasmania, whether born or otherwise, realise the opportunities this island has, and are really wanting to set a course for it to prosper, because at the moment there's very little vision and leadership going on.
I think the Tasmanian Way is important because it's going to give us an opportunity to work across sectors with the community to develop a new future. And I know from my past experience and observations I've made that that's a great way to work and it'll make a big difference.
The community in Tasmania is very close-knit, purely I think because of the proximity to each other and the size of the population here. I think a lot of people move from interstate and sort of that's one of the first things apart from the light that they remark on is just how close the communities are. You know, the future of Tasmania, that sort of connects to everything around sustainability, you know, how much we care for our environment, how much we care for where our food comes from, how much we care about people's well-being and welfare, and have kindness about people, even though the issues might not affect us directly.
The science is in about climate change, as has been for some time, but there is very little to no action, and that concerns me. I say I've been in business for 60 years, and I've done, over that time, I've actually done quite a lot of damage to the planet over that 60 years, and I've got 20 years left, and I want to try and right some of what I think are the wrongs of what I've done with my life. And that's not a negative, it's a positive if we do something about it.
My hope is that by collaborating with such a diverse range of informed and motivated people, we have a good chance of getting an agreement on some goals that can be widely shared as to a pathway to a sustainable, prosperous and equitable economic future for Tasmania.